guys, welcome back to Kampai Sugai. I'm actually here with two guests today. Actually, before I do that, I want to give a shout out to Light Sleepers. We can use this camera. Actually, one of my favorite brands, run by Cavit, the Catalyst. Sorry, I almost screwed up his name. Sorry, Cavit.
We're not drunk.
But we did drink a little bit. Well, I drank a little bit, but we're good. But shout outs to Cavit. Yeah, I love Light Sleepers, one of my favorite brands. So local brand here in Hawaii, and yeah, free sponsorship. Hey,
nice.
Shout out to you, Cavit. Anyway, I'm here with two guests today. One who is a friend of the show because a returning guest, always been here a long time, and
what's up, everybody? It's your boy,
well,
Stoney.
He's a tagline?
I think he just made it up.
No, he's had that for a while, actually.
Oh, really?
He's refined it over there.
Yeah.
That's pretty professional, dude.
Well, he didn't drink enough to wear it.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. Anyway, we have Stone Needham, who's here today, and we have a new guest with us, Anthony Hopkins, Mr. Tony Hops. Tony Hops.
It's your boy, Tony.
There we go. AKA dumpster trash.
Made that up.
Dumpster trash.
Yes, that does go back for a while. That was, you know what my
Wait, what do you
favorite...
mean dumpster trash? Wait, I want to.
Dude, I think like that was like my word like for forever.
Okay.
And like I would
Two
always
words,
call Stone trash. I'm like, bro, you're trash, bro. And he's like, what the frick? Why do you keep calling me trash?
He called everybody trash.
But then, that's what I had to let him know. I'm like, dude, that's a sign of endearment. You're welcome, right?
I think the first time I met Anthony, it was, yeah, it was just that was just like part of his vocab.
Yeah.
Like day in, day out, trash this,
so
trash that.
When he came
I'm
out of the room, he
trash.
said trash.
Yeah, exactly.
He looked at the doctor and said, hey, you're trash, man.
He came,
Well, the
no, not the
doctor-
womb, the dumpster. He came out of
he came out of the dumpster.
Yeah, so that's just been our like running.
That's pretty wide. That's a
Yeah.
wide open gap for come on to that. The garbage man, he greeted the garbage man and said, hey, you're trash, dude.
No, definitely. Yeah, it was something I said for a long time. But what didn't you get him a present one time of
I
the
did.
trash can when it said Stone on it?
Yes.
So
because
who's the real
Classic.
trash?
He kept,
Shout outs to
he
Gavin.
kept saying
That is a pretty good one.
That's like his favorite word, trash.
Yep.
I mean, like
My.
that's like your favorite
No.
word.
I brainwash people. Actually, no. It was funny too because he started saying it more than me. I think I said it like once in a while, but then it just started.
no.
It started. Okay, I said it the most in the beginning, but nowadays
Okay.
he probably says it the most.
Only
But
when I'm with Anthony.
It is. I bring it out of him.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
bring
even
up-
without Anthony, I hear him say trash all the time.
Like Carly brings out the best in him. I bring out the worst. So
That's true.
She's
honestly,
the garbage woman, and then that's the trash. She's taking out the garbage every day.
pretty much. I feel like
Carly's
that's how
the
all
true
our
hero.
girlfriends. She really is.
She's the true hero of their
Can we get a round of
relationship.
applause?
Hey, you know what?
It's
Yeah.
your
Love you,
boy.
babe.
Round of applause.
She takes care of this trash.
And by the way, congratulations to both you guys.
Of course,
Sorry,
yeah.
off camera.
Just a little bit of a context there, yeah. Stony Boy and Carly got engaged.
That's right. We're getting
Right.
married next month.
You know what's funny? So the night that we did the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
we already drank quite a bit. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we went to Daiichi, right? They went to go pick up the food. My wife and Carly, they went to go pick up the food. And then this guy was already telling me his plans on proposing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already kind of screwed up already. You know what I mean? Because this guy wanted to drink a lot.
Oh,
But
that wasn't that much.
But I mean,
Couple
I already
bottles.
knew it was coming, so it was meant to be, and I already knew it was meant to be. So
Yeah.
it was. I was very happy. I was very happy for you too. When you
Thank
told me
you.
that, I was like, do it today. You know?
I
what mean?
know, man.
Well,
Yeah, it was so nerve wracking. Just I think when I got together with you, I was trying to plan out a good day to ask for the blessings, and that in itself is already like nerve wracking too.
Well, how'd you do that? Did you take him out to dinner?
I took him out to dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, so I lied to Carly. I told her to go to her.
It was
Well, I actually got her.
Hey, trash excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I think you went to a friend's house or something? Yeah, but yeah, that's another story in itself. She got mad at me, right? So So we're
I'm trying to marry you, woman.
we're freaking like, so I'm already late to dinner because she's taking forever, and she's like, no, I'm going to my friend's house. Like, I got to make dessert for them. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We'll go bake your dessert. And then, like, on the way there, she wanted to stop by the store to grab something, and I was like, no. Usually I would be like, okay with it, happy wife, happy life. Like, go do what you got to do. But she was like, no, I got to stop by the store. And I was like, hell no. I'm taking you to your friend's house now. She was so mad at me. And I was like, this woman, oh my God, we're in the car.
I love her.
I love you so much. I told her, just know that I love you, babe. And I dropped her off, took her parents to dinner. And that was it. Asked for their blessing, got some tears.
They said no.
He said, "Oh, you're trash, dude."
They said maybe.
He evolved. They said maybe. He evolved.
Yeah, they were tearing, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Stone, yeah."
Yeah, they're crying.
Maybe
They're like, "Fuck, damn it, why him?"
I should tell you about my engagement story. So, well, you didn't tell us about how you did it, but I'll tell you about mine because it's kind of a similar thing where Kelsey was mad at me. So, actually, what happened was I was supposed to pick her up that day. And I got off work early. I organized this whole thing. I had my friends who were filming. But my friend, so I was waiting for my friend who was supposed to film, but he was late. So I had to wait for him. I had to wait for my friends to help me with this whole process of, setting this whole thing up.
You two are already ready, like on the site?
Yeah. Well, no, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even pick her up yet.
Okay.
So I waited for them. I had to pick them up first, drop them off at the place, and then our spot is it's at Sandbags. I don't know where you guys know where Sandbags is.
Oh yeah, Kailua.
Yeah.
By Lanikai.
Further
down in the loop.
Yeah, in the loop. So that's kind of our spot. And I dropped them off over there, get the camera equipment ready, hide cameras and stuff in the bushes and everything. Okay. And then I went to go pick her up.
You hid the cameras in the bushes?
Yeah, we hid it in the bushes. But it's funny because I had a suit on, but I had like a jacket and then jeans over my slacks, and then like my friend had my shoes. So I was kind of making it like, we're just gonna go to our spot just like casually. And then we went to the spot, and then there's this one thing that Kelsey and I have, like we used to make each other like picture books.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing. So like she made me a picture book. I made her a picture book for this one. And then like of all our experiences and stuff together.
The last picture was you on one knee.
Or the last picture was like picture of the ring and everything. I think it was the picture of the ring. I can't remember right. But
wow, take notes.
But gentlemen. it was like turn around, and then when I brought her there, she was reading it, and I told her not to turn around because I was trying to like undress. You know what I mean? I had my suit and everything underneath. Yeah, I had my shoes. Actually, in the middle of it, she did turn around, and she saw me putting my shoes, and I go, "Turn back around, damn it! Turn around."
I'm getting naked for you right now.
I'm not ready.
We're in public.
And she was laughing, but she was crying though, and then.
But she knew.
But she knew at that moment because I had everything set, and then my friends came out of the bushes and everything.
Out from with their ghillie suits on and everything, covered in seaweed.
Oh, camouflage. And I got down on one knee, and then I proposed.
Nice.
And it was something I planned out. I
like that.
I kind of envisioned it, but I didn't envision it being so
her turning around
stressful.
Yeah.
It never goes to plan, right? I mean, like rarely did you ever hear a story of a guy proposing to a girl and then he's like, went perfect,
Yeah,
I mean, how like. Well, I mean that was just the dinner. I mean, you proposing and everything.
Yeah. So how did that go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go first?
So my proposal, it was actually a day after, or no, her birthday. I proposed to her, or was it a day after? Was it a day after? It was the day before her birthday. Yeah.
It wasn't even day
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
The gift was me. No. So I took her.
Trash.
I took her to Moku's kitchen.
Okay.
I took her out for dinner, and then I actually got her a gift. I got her a camera.
Okay.
Because Carly loves taking pictures. And so after that, the whole night I was nervous. I was like not even talking to her. So funny.
Oh, terrible.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah, it was like weird because like it was like I didn't know what to say. You know, it was like weird. You know,
Was it the
like
anticipation?
usually it's like the anticipation. Like it was like I didn't know what to say because I was like saving things up to say.
Like you had it
for the
all. You're just
proposal.
overplaying it,
Yeah.
man.
So
Yeah, you didn't want to just blurt out.
yeah, I
like,
didn't want to overdo it.
Like
you
if
know?
you just said a word. You just,
Yeah. So
Well, you. No, wait.
Yeah.
Not yet, Stone.
Balls on
yeah,
the
so we had a dinner, quiet dinner. She's probably wondering like, what the heck? You know? And so
So wait, you
after-
never spoke at all?
No,
during
we
the dinner?
not as much as like we would
How was your
normally
day?
talk, but anyways, after Mocha's Kitchen, we drove up to Tantalus,
Okay.
or it's called Round Top Drive where we went, but it was like
The
a
makeup.
beautiful overlook of Honolulu city lights and whatnot.
It
It's not
is
the
nice
bridge,
over
right? Or is it after?
It's all the way at the
It's all
top,
at the
right?
Oh, it's all the way.
There's like a park thing
Yeah,
by the
yeah, yeah.
gazebo. Or?
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking
So you
about.
could see like Honolulu up there, and it was just me and her, and then I walked her down a little bit down the street, and then and that's when everything came out, all the words I wanted to say, and I got on, put one knee on the asphalt, super sore, and then I asked her to marry me.
Bleeding afterwards.
His knees are bleeding.
Yep, yep. Caught her off guard. She didn't know.
Did you not know, or did you had no idea?
She didn't know.
And
She had no
said
idea.
Yeah,
yes.
perfect time, man.
Thank God. That would have been awkward if she said no.
Honestly, having like grand gestures like that, I think is like, I don't know, for at least, well, I mean, I never did that yet, but I mean, like, all I'm saying is like, you know, had that ever happened, I feel like for guys, it's such like a, not like a big decision, because guys usually like try to make decisions or whatever, like all the time, but it's like, once it's like something like this, like even if we know like they'll say yes or whatever, we just want it to be special for them because
Yeah.
we know how much it means to them, but we're so bad at planning things, even though it's like, and we can try our hardest or whatever, and then things will always go wrong. You know, you don't talk maybe and be super awkward. Or,
Hey, well, at
you
least
know,
I
you never
talked.
know. But at the end of the day, it's just like the whole thing and like going through all that. I think that's the real care. Is like setting up something to do that. So I applaud you.
So,
guys.
so how? What's
Thank
your
you.
ideal one, Anthony?
Oh, my idea. So first, I'm gonna skydive with
Okay.
two flares
extra.
Two
while
flares.
I
So
write
extra.
in the air.
Are you by yourself, skydiving?
I don't know. I honestly think it's like it's definitely situational. Like at the time, like you know, it's like definitely when it comes down to it, I think that I definitely want to do something big. I think I'm just like that type of a person too.
hot air balloon, and then he's gonna.
And then it just starts catching on flames or something. But
Do one of those flash mob things.
oh,
Flash
flash
mobs,
mobs.
flash
Honestly,
mobs,
yeah, no. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
I whatever I do, I'll tell you this. I hope that it is special and that, you know, it is meaningful at the end of the day because, you know, that's what I want, you know.
Yep,
definitely.
exactly.
And,
Yep.
and, you know,
Whatever you think will make her happy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's about building memories, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to just.
and you gotta kind of have a story to tell the kids, right? You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, so how did you
Yeah.
propose to mom? Oh, you know, I acted like I was tying my shoe, and then I was actually having.
Or I barely talked to barely talked to her during dinner. You know what I mean? I just said, "Hey, how's your day going?" And then that's it. I ate after.
That's pretty much how it went.
I honestly feel like when I'm in the moment, I'd be like the same like you, because like, I don't know, like, guys are stupid, man. We just like we have it in our head, but we don't fully plan
Yeah,
it
you
out.
kinda
We're
just
like,
lose it. Yeah, that's what happened, man.
visualize
It
it. We're like,
just-
oh yeah, okay, I'm ready. And then literally like 3 minutes later, you're like, wait, what the frick am I supposed to say? Like, what am I even gonna do? Like, I
Yeah,
this is a bad plan.
It's like
This is
anxiety. It's like building that anticipation so
Yeah.
that very moment.
It's a
And
big
then-
moment.
And you hope that it goes well.
Exactly.
Because if it doesn't, then it's like,
Like, well,
oh,
Especially
Trash.
if you're
just
filming
run
it.
away. Yeah. What do you do?
yeah,
That's when you say, haha, just kidding, you're on candid camera. And your friends come out of the bushes and they start laughing. We're like, ah,
It's like,
you're
well,
good, got him.
put my jeans
It
back
was the
on.
ploy the whole time.
Put my
This
jeans
whole-
back on. Put my coat
All
back.
these years.
Or we're at the beach, so I just jump in the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh, hey, I gotta swim away.
Yes,
you later.
drown myself, actually. Nah. But honestly, when you know, you know. It's like, I feel like sometimes, like, guys do a desperation thing, right? Where they're like, oh, this girl, it doesn't love me or whatever. So it's like, they think, like, oh, if I propose to her, maybe she'll be like, but no, like you shouldn't do, guys, if you're listening, don't do that. Like, honestly, like, don't propose to a woman because you feel like that's your only choice to try and like build
you'll kind of know when you're
something.
both ready.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. And I think that's where it comes down to at the end of the day. But
yeah, it's all about that
absolutely
connection.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you know the person that you're gonna be with, then you already know for sure like hey, it's gonna work out.
Amen.
You know, even if you screw up the whole engagement part, even if you don't talk to her, or you know, or
I didn't screw up.
Or you know, you pick up your.
I was just quiet.
But look, you two are both in happy relationships, and you know things went wrong or whatever, and you know at the end of the day, it's the thought that counts. You know, it's not how executed it was or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
going back on what you said, it was kind of like, yeah, you know, like you kind of both when you're both vibing on that same level, like it's like, oh, I know I want to be with you. You know you want to be with me. Or I think she wants to be with me. Do you,
I have
you want
a
to be
high
with
probability.
me? Just joking.
Oh, she shook her hand.
She's walking out, everybody. Get this on camera.
She said after this past few months, I don't know now.
Said nope.
I'm on the next podcast.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Cause it's ladies'
Nice
night.
to say her part of the story. That's why.
So what had happened was, he said nothing, not a word.
He said hi, and then that's it.
He didn't even say hi.
But you know when you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when
And
you know.
you kind of talk about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like we talked about it.
It's like, oh yeah, you married
like
me,
we're-
right? Like,
it was kind of like what are you waiting for? And I was like, I don't know what I'm waiting for.
yeah,
You
that's
know?
you know what? That's great advice too. That's something that my sister said because I think another thing that guys do that's probably stupid too is that we always want to be stable and we want to be able to be like, I want to be stable. I want to have good finances so I can take care of you, so I can take care of the family, all that kind of stuff, right?
That's
But
exactly
then my
it,
sister
yeah.
also said, like, this is what she said that was good advice, where it's, you know, there's never going to be a right time to get married.
There we go.
There'll never be. If you
That's
wait
true.
for the right time,
That's
I mean,
right.
you know, of course, like, yeah, you have to like know, like, in the relationship, like, we're both on that same level and everything. But like, once you're at that level, there's never a right time.
Yeah. And that's something that I had to learn, you know,
Hey,
kind of
and you
understand
did.
that.
I'll cheers
you
to
know,
that.
Hey, I'll cheers
Yeah,
to that
hey,
too.
Kampai.
Kampai.
Kampai, man.
Yeah, it's definitely that's something that you know.
This guy was pointing to the whiskey over here.
Nah, no.
I mean, you can take the shot.
Nah,
you
it's
know?
up to
He
you.
always points to it.
No, it's up to you guys.
This guy didn't even want to drink.
I don't. I don't want to drink.
But he's going to do it anyway.
But if I'm gonna drink, I want to drink, you know, something good. You know.
That's true.
No,
Well,
I'm just joking.
why, that wasn't good?
No,
I
that
can't
is
say what
good.
it was.
Yeah, you can't. No, it's good. It's good.
Trash water.
Yeah.
Oh, you went trash
It's good.
water, huh? Okay. Well, you can get that out, you know?
No.
Anyway, yeah, love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
How about for you, man? I
Yeah.
mean, we gotta get you together with somebody. You know what I mean?
No, I'm actually with somebody right
He's
now.
in a
Okay.
relationship.
Yeah.
Oh,
I am.
good.
I think the good thing, well, for me, for a while before I even got into this relationship, and by the way, she is a great girl. I think for me, I took like a time for a while for just me. Like I needed time to. Thanks, man. I needed time to, because that's another thing too. I mean, you know, I always say this is my favorite line. You know, like. You know how people always like, oh, you take an L or, you know, you lose or whatever. And, like, I like to say, like, the only L's that I take is learning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like failure, right? You can never succeed without having failure. And I think that, you know, like, every step that I've had, and he's known me a while, too, and, you know, I mean, I just wanted to really focus on myself and learn to love myself. And what is the things that I like? Because how can you love somebody else when you don't love yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I had to figure that out. Like, what is it that I truly want? What is it that I can do? Because I can't be, you know, this or that, you know? And, of course, I struggle with, like, you know, regular things all the time, too, where it's like, I want to feel like I'm being a man. I want to feel, like, manly. I want to feel like I can, like, support. I want to feel like, oh, I'm making a lot of money. I want to make the right decisions, you know, all this kind of stuff. Or I don't want to be wrong or whatever, right? Everyone struggles with the same things, girls and guys. But I think for me, I really needed to humble myself to the point where it's like, Anthony, you need to slow it down and you got to focus on yourself. Because I was, like, in a relationship. I'm just a relationship guy. And I needed a time in my life to be able to really sit back and just learn myself. Learn what is Anthony's identity without anybody else.
Yeah, let it stew.
It
You know
is
what I
because you talk about relationships or whatever. It's always you and this other person. Like, oh, what is you and this other person doing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's just like I felt like that was my identity as this relationship guy, and I had to realize that what is my identity by myself because like you can't pull everything by yourself. You can be the strongest person ever, or maybe you're the weak one in the relationship too.
Yeah.
You have to like figure out how can I be the best that I can be personally, and that's what I try to do. And honestly, I'm super happy in my life. I feel like, of course, I'm getting older, so maybe I'm getting like more responsible and wiser and stuff too. But I definitely like to just build on the fact of just coming together and building something rather than this person has this and this person has that, and it's like, oh, look, we have two great things.
Right.
Instead, like taking that together and being like, this is great. Let's take your talent and my talent and make something even better, right? And that's what I had to learn, and it took a lot. And it took a lot of pain. It took a lot of questioning. It took a lot of internal. But I'm super glad that I went, like, everything that's ever happened to my life, all the people that I have into my life, I'm just so thankful because every person and through your whole life, they help shape who you are. And like I feel like at this point in my life, I'm happy with who I am, which is good because you accept that things go bad, but I'm also accepting that although I had failures in my life, that doesn't make me a failure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Failing is all a part of success.
Yeah. Learning. That's the L's.
I take no L's. The
No,
only L's I take is
that was pretty beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And I think going off of that, I feel like in this society now, people, I think social media doesn't help that.
Oh yeah. Because it's phony.
Yeah. Because people
Fake flex.
People decide to fake flex. People decide to look on Instagram and they see, oh,
that's how my
these
life
guys are in Disneyland. Oh, they must be doing successful.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys just got a new house. Oh man, I don't know if I'll ever be there.
Yep.
But it's all about just focusing on yourself.
And some of those people,
man.
they're not even in Disneyland. They're just wearing Disney ears, and they're in front of like, you know what I mean? And some of those people,
They
that's not
didn't
even
go
their
on one
car.
ride yet.
They saw they were walking on the sidewalk. They saw a Ferrari on the side of the road, and they thought, oh, let me take a picture in front of it. It's like
Exactly. It's just lies.
When it's one of us driving, you know what I mean?
yeah, probably me.
Don't drink and drive though.
Yeah, well, I'll drink water.
Yeah, exactly. Or
We drink water and drive only.
Yeah, we're at that age. Yeah, we don't drink water.
Let it out, bro. Come on. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Social media. I mean, the second part of that is media these days. You know what I mean? Media. It's phony because it's what people want to show others. Like, oh, this is what I do. Like, oh, I got the Ferrari. It's my Ferrari.
It's like you're just like
It's a
constantly
status.
trying to
status.
like put forth something.
Yeah.
You want to show everybody. Like, oh,
I always say
like,
it's
oh, where's the next-
compensation.
Yeah.
You're compensating for something.
Yeah,
you
when
know?
you don't have to.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
Exactly. You should be strong in yourself to know that I don't need outward things to show that I am successful.
Exactly.
You should be able, like, this is a good line too. I heard, if you have to say that I am a king, you're not a king. If you're like, I'm the king, that's not a true king. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to go out there and say, like, look at all my riches, look at all my things, that's not a true king. You know when it's a king because when you see the king, you're like, oh, let me respect this person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have to shout at the top of your lungs, I think it's from, what is that, Game of Thrones or something. That's where they said it. But honestly, it's a great line because it's true. It's true. You shouldn't, it's hard. And it's tough because you can't really, right now I'm like in the process of trying to build like, kind of like my own marketing thing because I do like crypto stuff on the side, so I'm trying to build like a Twitter. And honestly, I feel like it's rough because I feel like I almost have to play the game of the algorithm and all the things to get and gain followers and to get ranked. And it's like, it's so hard to be organic and be seen. You almost have to like play this game to be able to become something.
Right.
And that's the world we live in.
Yeah. That's the society, man.
And
in that line too.
Yeah.
You gotta be like the big wolf, you know.
No, exactly. That's what I try
It's
to
a
be.
dog eat dog world in that one.
Yeah, instead of being the wolf in sheep's clothing, it might be cool to be the sheep in wolf's clothing. You know, at the end of the day, looking out for the rest of the sheep eventually. You know, and I feel like that's where I'm at right now, where it's like I will play this game, but if I can get to that level of where I want to get, I just want to show people that you can be organic, that it is okay to not have things or to fail and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I come from humble beginnings, like probably many of us, and most people in the world, right? Not everybody has like the best privileges and stuff, but I will never forget those times in my life where sometimes I could only put $5 in my my car sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, nowadays you can't even put $5 and get a gallon. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And and it's just remembering that and keeping that down inside and like remembering your roots. It's very hard because it's easy to let the fame or to let what other people say or whatever, the status, to corrupt you. And I never want to be corrupted. And it's just, but at the same time, there's so much responsibility, and it's so much easier just to be like, I could do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to care because I'm already up here. You know what I mean? What are they going to do, right?
Exactly.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, like for like fame and stuff like that. I mean, there's like social media. A word comes to mind being like a sellout, because like there's people that just sell out to the people, to what the people
Like,
want.
you kind
them
of
to be.
forget where you come from.
Yeah, they kind of turn into a clown in a way, because they're basically like, hey, I'm gonna entertain you guys, right, rather than being themselves, right?
Yep.
And speaking on like status and how people portray, let's talk about the Will Smith slap. I want to talk about this.
Oh man.
That's one of the topics I really want to talk about.
It's about to
there's
get
so much
spicy.
memes on that right now.
Yeah, I love it.
It's classic. It's so funny. Well, how do you guys feel about that though?
Like, what do you mean? Like
There's people siding with Will Smith.
Both
There's
of
people siding with Chris Rock. I mean,
Okay, I'll go first. So for me, I thought the slap was funny. I don't know. I just saw it. I thought it was an act, though.
yeah, no, for sure.
it was
For sure.
funny.
I thought
It was
No
too.
one can deny that it was shock.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a shock.
It was entertaining.
Honestly, I didn't even know if he actually slapped him, because like the angle looked weird, right? And then the way Will Smith slapped him,
Yeah.
I was like,
It looked like a movie.
yeah,
I didn't even.
Like,
I
iRobot.
didn't even know the Oscars was going on
Me
Yeah,
neither.
me neither.
until the slap came
Yeah.
out.
Same.
And I was like,
And then it was on Netflix. They
the
probably
Oscars-
used
it was
it
on Netflix?
to get
Oh, I
ratings.
didn't know that. I didn't
You
even
heard
know
that? Oscars were on to you guys.
yeah, man. Like, who cares? But I mean, like, when that happened, I was like, that's entertainment.
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
I thought that was
Rewind
funny.
that.
yeah.
And then when Will Smith started yelling, I was like, oh shit, like,
It's
this
real.
Is,
It's real.
This is actually real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah.
They had to have had beef before.
No, I
Or I think Will Smith, honestly, he just has like some internal some shit going inside.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
Like Jada Pinkett Smith. Honestly, I don't know if people know about her past, but like
I've read some.
she's done
things
some
on
fucked
that.
up
Yeah.
stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Exactly.
Will Smith, honestly,
I think he's in a rough spot with her.
I think with what Chris Rock did, I was telling my wife this, but like women, like they're very self-conscious about their hair. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like one of the first things.
What hair?
definitely, definitely,
So like,
definitely.
what hair? Whoa.
No.
Someone slapped this guy.
Keep Jada's name.
Ouch, your
fucking
mouth.
mouth. Anyway,
You heard the
so
man.
like with women, they're very
Bust down the
self-conscious about. Oh yeah, he's right outside.
Building up the ratings.
They're very self-conscious about their hair. So like that's one thing. Like I could see her just kind of like
Right.
feeling uncomfortable about
Yeah.
it.
I get
right?
it. I get that.
So like with that, okay, I get it. But then Will Smith's response to it, I thought was much worse.
Oh,
To go up and
absolutely.
just
Yeah.
slap, which I thought was an act, but then to yell after,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was
it was crazy.
It was. I look at it from the comics perspective, right? From Chris Rock's perspective, right? I mean, okay, so you're a comedian. You have a whole bunch, group of people, and your job is to make them laugh. People know you tease people. It's like, like a roast or whatever, like a
Yeah.
ceremony, right? And so it's like, to go up on stage and slap a comedian, what you're basically doing is you're giving, especially as a celebrity, as a role model, as someone that people look up to, you're giving them access to then when they go to comedy shows and they feel hurt because we live in such an emotional society
super emotional.
that they can
Yeah.
go
Thank
up
you for
and
saying
heckle
that.
people or walk up and slap someone or physically assault somebody for
Yeah.
making a joke.
That was
which
wrong.
is
Yeah.
you went to the show and okay, the Oscars isn't a comedian show
Right.
or whatever. I get it, whatever. They always have comedians that do it. But at the end of the day, especially as someone at his status, you should never physically assault a comedian. He should have settled it maybe backstage where it's like, dude,
Yeah.
don't be talking about my wife.
He didn't have to get violent about it either.
I mean,
And-
going off of that, they're entertainers.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
entertainers.
they're
You know,
entertainers.
exactly what you said. You go to, like, Chris Rock has a dirty mouth. He's gonna say those things.
Yeah.
You know, I look at it from both sides. Like, okay, like
Especially they're in the
you're
front
dumb.
row.
You're
No,
dumb
you're
for
good.
saying that
Yeah.
to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
Right.
It was hilarious, but that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's pretty brave.
It is.
But for Will Smith to go up and assault somebody, that's wrong.
When you're a celebrity too, I feel
think
like
that's
you should
wrong.
have thicker skin.
Exactly.
You should have thicker skin.
You're a celebrity. You deal with these
You're-
people all the time.
YouTubers get way worse. I mean, you look at the comments, they're
Oh,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
this is dumb."
Yeah.
That's what they say. Don't
I mean,
look in the comments.
I don't have a Twitter, but I know people just trash talk
Oh
on
my
there all the
gosh.
time,
'Cause
and
they're-
you know, about celebrities,
they're
and like,
hidden behind a
for
screen.
something to say, you know, that wasn't that bad of a joke.
Yeah.
I don't think.
True.
Yeah, it
truly.
wasn't. It wasn't to where it was like really attacking her. And,
Right.
and then even reports said Chris Rock didn't even.
You know, but the media will say like, "Oh,
Know about
she
it.
has a disease." Like, who cares? Nobody knows she
Did
has
you
a
know
disease.
that afterwards,
I didn't know she had a
alopecia
disease.
was the most like looked up thing afterwards?
Oh, really?
You know, in my opinion, I don't even think she has alopecia. I think she's just getting older and she's losing
Yeah.
her hair, and she went to
Right.
shave it because she wants attention. I mean, what's the okay? You know, sorry,
Well,
Will
Jada
Smith.
Pinkett Smith, obviously,
but-
she's already, like I said, she's fucked up.
But
already
she's
fucked up.
also
Yeah,
she's also like a D-list celebrity, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
what movie was she? Like, can you name one movie she was in? I think she
No.
was in The
No.
Matrix. I'm not sure,
No.
but I
Was she
think
in
she
The
was. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Probably the last one. You know,
I don't know. I don't know what she was
the
in,
trash
right?
one.
And I feel like, honestly, I think that Will Smith really loves her, and I think that as he should, and I think that he cares about her, and of course he wants to protect his girl. I mean, you got a story about that, right? I mean, like every guy does, right? But at the end of the day, when you're at the Oscars, you don't want to like taint your whole name. I think where it
Yeah.
all went wrong was when he won the Oscar. and then he came up and he's thanking everybody, and everyone is standing ovation.
That was a long
for,
ass speech
for
too.
physically assaulting
Yeah.
a person earlier. They should have took him out and said, "Hey, you know
No,
what?
yeah,
You cannot be
exactly.
a part of this show anymore because
Yeah.
you cannot physically assault people.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, but at the end of the
I
day,
think-
whether it's for
Yeah.
go ahead, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
I
it
think
shouldn't have
that
happened.
I think that should have what you just said. They should have removed him. I don't care about like, taking away his Oscar. What is that gonna do?
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
Get him
I
out
don't
of the
care about
show.
that. Just
Yeah.
get him out.
If
You
I was
can
the
see him in
security, I would
Oscar.
have been like, "You're out."
Don't give him a chance to have a speech.
Yeah.
He ruined that when you cross a certain
Yeah.
threshold. Definitely.
But
It was
Rock-
like a 15-minute speech too.
I love Will Smith.
Dude,
I love
I do
Will
too.
Smith. I love
but,
Will Smith.
Hey, Chris Rock's composure was pretty.
Honestly,
on it, though.
Yeah, he took
I
He
was like,
didn't touch his face once.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
He didn't touch his face once.
I don't know that. Oh, I didn't know.
He
that.
took it like
That-
a champ did.
I didn't notice that, but you're right.
He
But
did.
but
Yeah.
he came back from it. Like it was.
Yeah.
My favorite was the look that Chris Rock did afterwards to the side.
like,
He was just
"Wow."
like,
Yeah,
okay, and a little,
Yeah.
and then he just kept on going.
Yeah.
Like he might have like stuttered one word or whatever, but honestly, I think in that altercation, I think Chris Rock won that because
Oh, yeah.
after that,
Yeah.
Chris Rock's his tour or whatever, he started selling out shows and
Yeah.
everything, right?
People
So
wanted
it's
to
cool.
know what.
I mean, the
his
last
response
thing that
was.
people remember him for was what, the zebra from Madagascar?
Yeah.
Like, what year did that come out? Like 2009 or
It's Marty.
Marty?
Sorry. I'm
Marty
a big
McFly
fan.
from Back of the
Big
Future.
fan.
Yeah, no, honestly, that was a good show, but I like to move it.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
But
yeah, that's
for
the
real
last
though,
thing.
I mean, like that whole scene, it didn't have to happen. Honestly, people could have forgotten about that joke after he said it.
Yeah,
It
it,
just-
would have been gone.
Because
Yeah.
like I didn't care about the joke.
That's what I thought too. Now
know what
people
I
are
mean?
gonna remember it.
Now they're gonna remember it
Yeah.
because they're gonna remember the response from
Exactly.
it.
That's another thing about trolls, right? The trolls and like what Chris Rock was trying to do is like troll you, right? And it's once you give them that like edge where you get under their skin, that's when they own you. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
if you give them no reaction, and nobody laughs or whatever, they're just
That's
like,
where they
okay,
lose,
let me
yeah.
move on, right?
Yeah.
That's but once you make a reaction where you get irritated, that's when the person's like, all right, this guy's getting irritated. Let me play more into this because this is entertaining now, you know?
I think that just caters to the emotional society we have. You know?
I think what Gavin was saying is true though too. I think, and I don't know, not in their relationship, from an outward perspective, you know, Jada kind of messed up. She pulled him onto a show like this and literally had a talk story podcast and literally said, hey, you know, like I had other relationships with a guy while I'm married with you. Straight to him. And he's on air live, or I don't know if it's live, but they
I didn't
post
know
it or
that.
whatever.
Yeah,
And then, you know, it's like so mentally for a guy to hear that and then at his level
It's so
that he's
degrading.
at,
Yeah.
it's not not only is it degrading, imagine the psychological that you feel where people are constantly like, why do you let Jada talk to you like that? And you love the woman or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so hard.
Yeah, imagine how he
So
felt in that situation.
as much as I know that's a hard situation, and as much as, you know, I hope that their relationship gets better, at the same time, you never, no matter how many excuses you make, you never physically assault somebody on a stage that is seen by the whole world.
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 ratings, if it was 4 ratings, the Oscars, that sucks. You know, like that's sad that you have to do that.
Yeah.
If it was for Will Smith's ratings, that sucks that you have to do that, you know. And if it was for, you know, any of it, you know, it's just none of it should have happened. It should have been a regular show. And now nobody remembers anything. Nobody remembers who won Oscars or anything. The only people that know who won an Oscar was Will Smith and that Chris Rock got slapped. And that's
That is
all they
true.
remember from it.
I don't remember.
And it's sad.
I don't know.
I never watched it.
I didn't watch
Anything else,
anything else.
but yeah.
That's all I've seen. That's all I know.
I didn't even watch the Oscars.
And
I
that's
only saw
sad.
that clip. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
just
yeah.
For
about
each
it.
person that put their hard work, they put years of their life in acting and all this kind of stuff to do this movie or be a writer that should have had their name in the spotlight. They're now drowned out by the slap from Will Smith because he couldn't keep his composure off of one of the lightest jokes.
All that work that they put in
True.
to be there and to be recognized for their work,
Yeah.
it's gonna be tainted by
Yep.
this slap.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh, did you win the Oscar in the year that you that Chris
Will
Rock
Smith-
got
Will
got
Smith
slapped?
Yeah, yeah,
Chris Rock?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's sad. It's really sad because I know people work hard for that.
And honestly, even if it was an act, like you were saying, you know, just for ratings and stuff like that, I mean, that kind of goes back to the whole society. People do shit just to get
Yeah.
a view or some hate.
Yeah.
They want to get
Anything for
Reaction,
that clout.
both
Yeah.
sides. It
I
doesn't
still
matter.
remember there was like Logan Paul. He went to go film in like the Japanese the suicide
Oh my
That
forest.
made me
gosh, and that's
mad,
one of the
yeah.
most terrible things.
And I was like, I mean, they were just playing around with the bodies, and I was like, what the hell is going
Yeah,
on?
it
here?
was. Yeah. I mean, like, would you do that in America? No.
No.
Yeah, and even more so
Exactly.
too. I
Like-
think it hits home more for us because Japanese culture is closer to Hawaii. But at the same time, it doesn't matter how far you live away from Japan or how far away you are from the culture. Whenever there's a dead body, you respect it no
Yeah.
matter what the culture is.
And these guys like Logan Paul, they'll do anything to get more followers.
I think at the
Yeah.
time
more,
too.
you know, it'll be positive, negative, whatever.
And that's what I was
Right.
talking about earlier, right? You get
get
to
people
this
talking.
point. You
Yeah.
get to this point where it's just like I can do anything. You get to this status where you feel like you're God.
feels
You're
like he's-
untouchable. But you know that thing I think did humble him though, because I think after that he did kind of go and be more humbled a little bit. And his brother kind of was the one that was kind of the one
True.
that was.
And then they went into boxing. You know?
No,
And now they're making millions of
Now
dollars.
it's all these celebrities are like, okay, let's box now. That's
Yeah.
like the thing now. Let's
Yeah,
go
why not
put-
go into a UFC fight?
Or
though?
or even
Actually
UFC fighters
Or
coming
fight-
out just to go
Okay.
box these
Yeah,
guys.
No,
fight these-
and those guys
Yeah.
are washed up MMA fighters.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
buddy.
they're
I
fighting
mean, you
these
know what
guys
I
that
mean?
are
That's
all
like
done
BJ
already.
Penn coming
Yeah.
out like, all right, let's go.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? Speaking of BJ, I'm voting for him for So you heard it first, people. BJ, let's go, dude. Still a legend.
You know,
Yeah,
support.
I'm still trying, I'm trying
I
to
don't
beat
care
you on the
how
show.
washed up this man is. I still love this man. He carried Hawaii for those years, man,
Hey,
and
that's
I
true.
love it.
Hey,
I love
BJ's
it.
a legend.
He is. He is.
Regardless of his win-loss record
Yeah,
now.
Yeah. Hey,
You know what I mean? That guy's a legend.
I still love you. I'm still voting for you.
Oh, you
baby.
trying to say fakes, huh?
I don't even care what you're gonna do.
Choke me
Hey,
out.
what do you think about? So okay, let's talk about BJ Penn coming into the governor race. What do you
Yeah.
think about that? Because like, we think about like Donald Trump coming into the president's race, right? Celebrities or even people that are not politicians, right? We have BJ Penn, who's a UFC fighter, but local guy. He's for the people. We know that. You know, he's been fighting for Hawaii forever.
Yeah, he is.
So, what do you think about that versus like other politicians? You got like Josh Green. You got, I don't know, Kirk Caldwell. I'm not one Kirk. Sorry, Caldwell. You know what? I'm trying to get Josh Green on the show. Caldwell, I'm not getting on the show. 100%. I don't care what people say. They can give me
ex,
hate.
not
They can give me hate in the
sponsored.
comments. I do not like that guy.
Beep out his
all right?
name. No, yeah.
Yeah,
honestly,
Cauldron. Kirk Cauldron. That's what I'm calling him.
Cauldron.
The witch's brew.
Yeah, witch's brew.
It's like, well, it might make the, you know, the Powerpuff Girls, you know, Chemical X right there. No, but I'm biased because I did do jujitsu before, and BJ Penn's a legend because he was, I think, the youngest person at the time to win this big Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournament. And when someone he's a phenom in jiu-jitsu, and someone that is as talented as that and that can accomplish that, I feel like they can bring that into other things. I mean, you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he probably didn't do the greatest things for California. I don't really know his policies, right? I wasn't in California. He did become a governor, though, and he's like from like another country or something, right? But BJ Penn, what I do know is that he has always been for the people. I mean, the gym that he has, everything that he does, and that's something that I can back because, and I think part of us, you know, like our generation, we're kind of just like, the world's already to shit. How much worse can it get? You know what I mean? Let's put in like the most craziest people we can and see if we still survive this. Because we need to hit rock bottom before we can start going up. You know what I mean? Because it's just been a constant downtrend. And, you know, I really want Hawaii. I was just in Waikiki today, and I saw it thriving. And I remember being there during COVID, and there being
Nothing.
like almost
Ghost
no.
town.
Yeah, ghost town.
And, you know, it was so great to see because Hawaii is such an awesome place. And as much as I hate outsiders coming over here,
But
I
we
mean,
thrive
I'm not
on tourism.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You know, it helps our economy. And I also want to share. I mean, you know, like I'm not Hawaiian, but I was born and raised here, and like I love this place. This is my home, and like I want other people to enjoy it that still respect this place too at the same time, right? And
Exactly.
I honestly want other people to enjoy it as long as they're being respectful. Like, don't touch the animals. Don't touch the animals. Like, you know,
don't trash over here.
yeah, don't trash it. You know, like just respect
don't be
it.
trash.
And it's the same thing. You know, it's like if you treat us with respect and you just love the local people, the local people will show that love right back. That's why I love.
That's a
why I love
tough
Hawaii
subject
so much.
because
It is.
because our local people are leaving. You know,
That's
because
true.
It's
Yeah.
turning out
We
that they can't afford
it
it.
is.
Some
It
people
is.
some people
You're
can, but the
totally right.
majority of it
You're totally
is
right.
that these other outsiders are coming down here.
Yeah,
and they're,
investors,
Yeah,
they're
investors.
buying
It
They're
is.
coming
a
over.
crap
here.
load of
Property.
housing.
Yeah. And it's
Facebook
sad.
guy.
Yeah,
sad.
that guy. Was
Tom
it
from
Hawaii?
MySpace.
Yeah.
No, it was his
Hey,
name.
don't
Zuckerberg.
talk about Tom. I love Tom.
Yeah, Tom was my first friend on
Tom was my top
MySpace.
friend, bro.
You know, Tom actually lives here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he lives here.
Everybody's moving to Hawaii. We got
Yeah.
Tom. We got
We should get him on the
Zuckerberg.
show, bro.
Tom, you were my first friend on MySpace,
No
bro.
comment. No comment.
Oh wait, no comment. Never mind.
Nah, but
We call you. You don't call us, dude.
it's sad.
Shout out to Tom.
Yeah.
MySpace Tom.
True friend. You're still my friend in real life today, dude.
That's true.
But yeah, like you were saying, yeah, it's hard because like locals are starting to leave.
Yeah, they're moving
I just
on.
had like a few friends, maybe I'd say a good handful, maybe 10 friends, just moved to like Vegas.
Vegas
or,
is a big one.
or Texas
Island,
Washington,
man.
Texas.
within the past couple of years,
Florida.
couple months. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's hard because like there's a lot that goes against people that live here already or who've been here for years. There's government laws. There's also communities. There's housing situations. There's futures. You know, people are starting to envision like, do we really want our kids to grow up here in Hawaii? And then it's
Exactly.
like they're like,
Because it's changing.
yeah, it's changing.
Yeah.
I just had a guy that was talking to me, and like he was saying that he made like this certain amount of money, and it's like you would think like this X amount of money, you would be able to thrive in a place when you make that much, right? And then, but he's like, but in Hawaii you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he made X amount in another state, he would literally be able to thrive. He'd be able to own a house and everything.
And that's what these guys are doing. They're saving up. You know, what they got in the outside, they save up. They can afford, you know, after they retire, they come over here, they bring their family, and they can afford these places over here.
That's sad. I mean, respects to those people, though, because I'm sure they worked hard to get to that point to buy anything that they can.
Yeah.
But
that's not their fault.
Yeah, at the same time, whose fault it is our government for trying to protect the people that were already here originally, right? I mean, like, you know what I mean? And there should be things where it's like, I understand we can let a few outsiders out, but for the most part, from the people of the state of Hawaii, and especially Hawaiian people, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you give them the maximum amount of privileges, and the rest of the people, you know, it's kind of like, we'll let you in slowly. It's almost like immigration, you know what I mean? And that's how it should be. It should be a trickle from outside, and you should allow the people that live here to also enjoy it.
Yeah, there should be a benefit.
Or give them a benefit to move or something. Like, here, let me give you a payout or
everything
something.
over here is so catering to the tourism industry and outside, but because that's the big money maker for these islands. But
well, someone's making money, you know, and it's sad.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah, and it doesn't go to the community.
It doesn't. But nowhere does it, right?
Yeah.
You know, I am so, as much as, you know, how United States is messed up these days, you know, either way you look at it from any government stance, you know, I hate politics, you know. My main view is I want the people to thrive, right? I think that, you know, at the end of the day, I love everybody. And I want everybody from where they came from, that's their home. That's where they were born, right? You know, and I think that everyone has the right to their own words, and I don't think that anybody should be censored to the point if it's coming out of love, right? You know, it's like, this is my home, and that's why I feel so much for it, and I understand that, and I can also empathize with that, you know? And it's hard to empathize for the people that are just dropping millions of dollars just to take those people that aren't making the same money out. But it's a double-edged sword, because at the end of the day, you know, like, places have been conquered all over the world for years and years and years, you know? And so I understand that, you know, power is whatever, and things happen, and the world is not just, right? You know? And so
there's wars going on.
Exactly. I understand that. I understand that. But at the same time, what I can always back is someone that truly cares for something. I will always respect that. If you care about something because you have that moral obligation to your family, to your friends, to the place that you were born, where you were raised, and all those types of things, like, I want those people to thrive, because I think those people are going to be the people that will help generate more better people. Those are the people, you know, like, and that's why I love all my friends, why I love you guys and everything, you know, because, I mean, like, I hope that's my hope, that when we have kids, we teach them those same values to go ahead, and because that's the next generation. And I feel like for us, I mean, not that our parents did a bad job or whatever or anything, you know, but I just want to continue what my parents taught me and then place that onto them even more, so double fold, right? Because, like, I feel sometimes that I can't make a change, but, you know, even sometimes the smallest impact is that butterfly effect, right? You know, you never know what you kind of done. As long as you're trying to do, I always say this, always wake up in the morning and try to do the best that you can do. If you continue to try to do the best that you can do, I think you're doing a good job in life, period. Just do the best you can. If you think you're wrong, do the opposite. Do the right thing. Just try to do the best that you can. Be the best person you can be every day, and the world will be a greater place, honestly.
Exactly.
And I kind of build off of that. Like, one thing about Hawaii that's gotten probably worse is maybe homelessness, right? And the thing about homelessness is, you know, everybody has a stigma about them. Maybe they're drug addicts. I mean, the thing is, like, there's a good amount of them that are just down on times, right? And, you know,
COVID didn't help.
Yeah, it's
COVID
not
didn't help.
drugs. Yeah,
it's not drugs. It's just they're suffering.
They're in a hard place.
And some of them it's psychological, mental things.
Yeah.
But some of them, yeah, you're right. They're regular people that don't have a job anymore.
Right.
Because they can't afford to have a home. Or they had a job and they lost it. And then because they lost their job or they lost their home, they couldn't keep going to work because they had to take care of the kids or whatever. Yeah.
One of my friends who was on this podcast, we did a whole podcast about, him being houseless. He didn't want to be called homeless, but he lived out of his car
Okay.
for good
Houseless, yeah.
1 and 10 months, maybe, or 1 year, 10 months, something. 22 months. I'm sorry, 22 months was the title of that.
Yeah.
So
That's rough.
That is.
he was, and then he would go to, like, even if he went on like trips to Vegas or something, he would go to a trip, and then when he came back home, he'd have to go through his whole routine, live in his car. He had to go to a public shower at like the beach or something like
Right.
that, just to go bathe. And,
Yeah.
you know, like,
It's like they still have their, normal routines like people with houses do have. Yeah.
And like to
Oh, he has a place now though.
he does.
Yeah.
He does.
Okay.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, that was the whole thing about
Hey.
like
So
that full circle
You
thing.
work
That's
with the
awesome.
situation you have, and you build up from there.
Right. And that's like building that community, because like even with like something like that, I didn't even know he was houseless for,
It's crazy.
so
man.
that many
That's
months.
crazy.
Actually, when he asked me to be on his podcast, he was houseless still.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I
That's
didn't even know
tough.
that. But I mean,
Wow.
I was on his podcast for
That's
that.
amazing.
He reached out to me,
Yeah.
about that. But like going back to like building that, like that morals, that values, that
Mhm.
community, right? Like with homeless, there's already a stigma about them. But then like, back in the day, some of us, we didn't have that stigma growing up. It was
Yeah.
just like, okay, some of these people they hit hard times. But then you look at the homelessness now, and it's gotten
Mhm.
worse, and it's
Yeah.
it's
And not just here, everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
And people are probably thinking like, that mentality they're teaching their children, like, we should ignore these people, right? One of the worst things about like
That is true.
that houselessness problem that like my friend was telling me was the loneliness that he experienced throughout that
Mm.
whole thing, right? So like that's a moral that's being taught today. Oh, they're homeless, we should ignore them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or okay, these people are different. Not saying like homeless or houseless, but like maybe someone's different,
Yeah.
Okay. Going back to that whole emotional society, okay, these people are different. We don't want to associate with them. They're teaching
Outcasts.
they're teaching values for that. So then like it takes people like I'm not saying we're perfect, but like us who grew up in that society where it's like we grew up with respect, we grew up with humble beginnings, we grew up with parents that like experienced that
Yeah.
that love or that
Mhm.
low spirit,
Help people, right?
help people, right? Then that's the values that we should be
The
putting
golden
forth.
rule.
Yeah. Or even like there's that thing about like Southern hospitality, which is a big thing.
That
It's
is true.
It's a true thing in like Texas and stuff like that. That's a big thing where maybe they'll have like a tailgate party, and then maybe
Anybody's welcome.
anybody is
Right.
welcome for that.
And that's another thing with. That's one thing that I struggle with in Hawaii. And I think it comes from bitterness.
Mm.
It's people that constantly try to have that hospitality, the aloha way, right?
Mhm.
And those people, they constantly try to give that love out to other people,
Mm.
but it's not reciprocated back to them.
Yeah.
Mm.
I struggle with that sometimes too. Like,
Mm.
if I merge into a lane, I thank people, I give them the shaka,
Yeah.
whatever, right? And when I don't get that back, it's like, why am I
Mm.
doing
Yeah.
that to other people, right?
Yeah,
I don't get that
but
back.
we can't
It's
think
that
like
bitterness.
that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can't
And so,
do it. We're the ones that are supposed to change that.
yeah,
you know?
what I do is every time someone cuts me off and they don't thank me, I always think that either they have to take a dump and they're just not thinking, or they're on their way to take their wife who is pregnant and giving birth right now to
Yeah.
the hospital.
That's a good
And
way to think
I
about
think
it.
about that, and then as soon as I'm like, nah, honestly, they never meant it. They just forgot. Their mind is somewhere else. They're late to work, whatever. And I let that go. I let that go, and it has no grasp on me after that. I don't allow that to grasp, because even if they meant it on purpose to just be a douche or
Yeah.
whatever, to be trash, you know,
Trash.
like Stone.
We're
It's
just
your
gonna-
boy.
We're gonna call this a trash episode.
Yeah, no, you should.
Well, yeah, the garbage man, right?
The garbage man.
Well, like I let that go, and I have it. It's no bearing on me, because
Yeah.
I know that there's people all the time where it's like, oh, this happened to me or whatever. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they take
Their
it
whole
too personally.
Their whole day is ruined because of it, because they keep
Yeah.
on thinking about it.
Yeah.
When in actuality, it's like when you give that much of a burden onto your own life, like from that other person, that's what they want, right? If you're being a troll, right? Taking it back to the Will Smith thing, right?
Yeah.
If you let that get under your skin, that's when you slip up. So as long as you just like let it just slide off, don't let it affect you. Focus on yourself and be like, you know what? I'm gonna let that go because they didn't mean it, and I'm gonna continue on my life, and I'm gonna still shaka. I'm gonna still wave. I'm gonna still have that low spirit because I want my kids to feel that same way. I want their kids to feel the same way, and I want to continue this because this is what I was taught.
That's good.
You know, and yeah.
I'm like the opposite of that. Like, you know, if somebody cuts me,
I know it.
I get
It's your boy.
I get upset. You know, you know, I'm not gonna flip the guy off or anything, but like
He will.
But, yeah,
It's me cutting
Yeah.
you off.
Oh, it's Stone. Yes.
no,
MJ.
but the thing is though, like I get mad, but I don't hold on to it though.
That's good.
You know,
like-
I know what you mean by that. You know,
I
if
know
you
how
hold
you
on to
are.
it, then they win.
Yeah, they win.
You know,
Exactly.
you don't want that
Don't
to
let
happen.
these people win.
Yeah.
You're not
So-
winning, people.
So when that happens, it's just like I think like, oh, you know, F this guy,
Yeah.
but you know, whatever.
But
I'm
that's
I'm
okay.
gonna
This
see him
guy-
Well,
again.
you're never gonna see him again.
I'm not gonna see
maybe.
him again.
I hate you,
You know,
but you're trash.
but you know that's really positive the way you think is what I'm saying, and that's something that I need to work on.
I appreciate that.
You know, in the moment, it's like
it
wow,
boils
this
you,
guy.
man.
Yeah, it
It's so
does.
irritating because
It
sometimes
boils
it's
me.
so intentional.
Yeah.
And even when it's so intentional, I'm just like, this guy has to take a dump, dude. I know
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'll give you. So there was one story I had. This is like after I broke my leg. We went to Vegas, right? And
With a broken leg.
with a broken leg. Yeah. Well, because I didn't get like insurance to get like refunded those tickets. So I'm like, oh screw it, I'm just gonna do it. Whatever.
Who gets insurance though? I want to know those people.
That's true.
It's like $70.
I never thought about. Yeah, it's like $70, but I'm like, I never thought about.
It's the
getting
rich people.
The insurance for it. But now, ever since then, I do get the insurance for it because I don't
people.
want to risk that. I mean,
It's
Yeah.
true.
because I
Who
was
knows
telling
when
my
you're
wife, I was
gonna
like,
break your
oh yeah, nothing's gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
And then the month after, then I break my leg.
Yep. You
But
never
then-
know. You never know.
That is actually true. Actually, now I might get insurance.
Yeah, because you never know.
Damn it.
You never know.
Another $70 to my ticket.
And so like the one thing about like the airports, you know, certain airlines, they'll just give you the wheelchair access for free. So they'll just
Oh yeah,
push it
that's
for you.
right.
Yeah.
But the flight that I was on, there was like a good like 10 people that had wheelchair access. I'm the only one with a broken leg. Everybody else
Was it the
just-
handy van?
Just didn't want to
just-
walk.
they didn't want to walk, right? So I go through TSA, right? I
Fuck
actually
those-
had to walk.
screw those
I had
guys,
to walk
man.
through it.
Not.
I walked through TSA with like my crutches, with my broken leg and everything, and then one of the ladies actually took the wheelchair, all of them. They took all of them, so
You don't
I had
need
to
it.
I had to walk there with a broken leg.
They also took my crutches.
And well, there's the thing. I was pissed off. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, and the people
As you should, though. As you should.
and the people there were like, they were like feeling bad. Like, "Oh my god, we just gave away a wheelchair to this fat lady that didn't even walk there." You know what I mean? Fucking 200-pound fat lady. I could have just walked there. I had to walk there with my
jeez.
broken leg. But I was like,
Chivalry is not dead.
So
Right?
the airlines ran out of wheelchairs.
They
is
did.
What you're saying.
they ran out of wheelchairs, and then I was like,
Who does that?
you know, so going back to the, we live in a reactionary society, right? You know, that's the thing. We live in a reactionary society today.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could have just gone up and beat the shit
Let
out
me
of her
speak
with
to your
my
manager.
crutches.
Yeah.
Or talk to a manager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Karen.
or you know, be like a Will Smith and be like, you know,
Slap him in the face.
keep your ass off my wheelchair.
Yeah. Yes. Amen.
But like, you know, I just let it go. You know what I mean? Like, I just
Wow.
grew up that way because it's like, whatever. You know, I'm gonna get on the plane.
I'm gonna make do. with
That's
what I
fine.
got. Yeah.
Actually, I got on the plane, and the person that was in front of me put their seat back, and I already had like a cast on it and everything.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, I'm screwed already. But I mean, I could have gotten mad. There's like that whole trip, I probably could have
I
gotten mad.
feel like you were mad.
Yeah.
I could have like raged out.
I
but-
could have shown my madness, probably. Right.
Right.
You-
I
yeah.
could have showed my anger, but
Hulk.
But you chose not.
But I
to.
was like, yeah,
Yeah.
because we live in a reactionary society. It's like, but I grew
No,
up
that's right.
thinking like, okay, there's a time to be like, to do action about
You gotta
it. Like,
pick and choose your battles.
yeah, you gotta pick and choose your battles
Yeah.
and not have to be like, what the hell, like, why is this person getting this when I'm dealing with this? It's like, okay, that's too selfish. It's like whatever.
Hey, man.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just let it go.
Yep.
And then that's kind of like the Will Smith situation. You know, like Will Smith is like, in a way, he was thinking, oh, he's attacking me. You know, that's a selfish thing. So then
reaction.
You
His
attack me,
reactionary-
I'm gonna attack you physically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like he thought it was a general attack, but it was just a joke.
Whatever happened to
yeah.
sticks and stones, man?
Yeah.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Well, it broke well. So you know what I mean? You know
There
what I
goes
mean?
his bones, dude.
So like that's the thing about today. I mean, even in Hawaii, I see it where we live in a reactionary society where certain things it could just be a little bit, like even just someone getting cut off. You know what I mean? It causes people to go into rage, or it causes them to just do something stupid, you know, or think selfishly, you know.
Yeah.
And I think as a society, you know, going back to like BJ Penn or like people that we vote into government, I think that we should be voting people that are not thinking selfishly about image, or you know, I don't know if like
It might be totally wrong.
yeah, you know, like in elections and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's an image-based thing because you know,
Is he the most qualified?
right?
That's what I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know his background. I don't know what because I don't do politics. You know?
Yeah.
He licks the blood off his gloves.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. So I don't know what his desires are, what his wants are for the community, but I don't know. He could be good. You know, seeing what people do nowadays for our country.
That's
Biden. I
Yeah,
don't know what he would do.
yeah.
So
I don't know either.
yeah,
It's a mystery thing.
yeah.
For me, it's interesting. For me, it's a 50-50.
Don't get me started with this.
I'll say between because like
I'm not drunk enough for this.
with going off of that mentality of like how politicians are image based. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then certain things they say on the
That's
news
true.
and stuff like that, maybe I don't trust it.
Yep.
Because then it's like, oh, they're just trying to build their image. They're trying to make them look good, right?
Yeah.
Kirk Caldwell, maybe he'll say certain things. People pissed off about that. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? But like,
we
but now we
definitely
moved
got
to-
our audience now.
now we move to Blangiardi, right? Blangiardi, maybe he says certain things to keep face with certain people or certain investors
Yep.
that want to buy housing and then sell it to us
Yeah.
at a higher price. You know what I mean? So like,
And that's the thing too. It's hard to get caught up in the conspiracy theories too. I think at least for me, right? Because I mean, like, you will always have conspiracy theorists in the world. Period. Always. And you know, even if beyond a reasonable doubt you prove that this is so wrong, the conspiracy theorists will always say, no, someone's in on it and they did something that changed something.
Yeah.
And that will always be the case. And that is true. But at the same time, I also feel like that helps the other side sometimes because beyond a reasonable doubt, they pull, and maybe they're the conspiracy theorists on the other side, right? Yeah. And that's what the conspiracy, it will always be an infinite loop. And I love the conspiracy theorists. I love the fact seekers. I love the people that are just
interesting.
normal. It's interesting. It's a good spin. And sometimes, you know, conspiracies are right, and sometimes they're wrong. At the end of the day, that's the hard part for me because I watch the news, I watch everything, and it's like,
well,
sometimes it's just a clash, right? It's always like one against the other.
well, the thing about conspiracy theories is, in some way, there's a truth to it.
Yep.
That's happened before.
It's like a joke.
Yeah.
It's like a joke.
It's like a joke. So like for government here, I mean, there was those guys that maybe were voting in favor of like a certain company. I don't know the full story, but I read about it. How these two guys that
The
were
rail.
reps that were probably the rail that were in favor of another company.
Still got traffic,
Maybe
by the way.
that's an investor. but
Lots of it. I live Pro City.
they were voting for a law just to favor them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then from there, people become distrustful. Then they
It's true.
create a conspiracy theory based on that distrust.
Here's the
You
thing
know?
that people don't see too, is like what I said earlier. If you rewind this podcast, when I was talking about sometimes you have to play the game and be that sheep in wolf's clothing to be able to be organic at the end. And so I can give that to sometimes to other people, and maybe some of those politicians are playing that game so that they can get there to actually make changes. It's just hard to see it because I can't trust anything that I see because there's so much lies and I don't see the truth. And if I do see the truth, is it really the truth? It's all backwards these days, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like all of us in our generation and just maybe people in general, everyone's just like, I don't know what to believe anymore. And that might be what people in power want, you know? And it also makes us feel powerless because we don't have the information. As a news source, as a media, you should be projecting the truth always.
Yeah.
Let me capture this. Let me find out what the actual truth is.
Yeah,
But now you give them a couple money.
Yeah, you give them a couple bucks.
And then they'll be like, it's time for the spin zone. You know what I mean? Like, let's spin this. You know what I mean?
How
can we spin this?
Yeah.
How can we build some confusion to make an argument, and instead of it be about this, it's about the argument? Why are you arguing with me about this? At the end of the day, love everybody. Try to do your best.
Yep.
But fuck
And-
Kirk Caldwell. You know what I mean? Fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
All right.
Hey, yeah.
I'll drink to that. I don't know, but I'll
Fuck
drink to
Kirk
that.
Caldwell.
BJ Penn, baby. BJ Penn.
Well, shit. I guess I gotta vote for BJ Penn now.
I got one. Who else we got?
Well, there's Kirk.
Kirk's probably going to vote for BJ Penn.
No, he'll vote for himself. He'll vote for himself. There'll be one vote for Kirk Caldwell.
Black out my
Not
face.
even his wife. His wife's not even gonna vote for him. His wife's gonna vote for BJ Penn.
What I will say this is what I do respect about BJ Penn is I respect that in all his years, like how you said earlier, he did try to put Hawaii on his back. And I think that the amazing thing about Hawaii, for how small we are per capita, the amount of things that we've created and the amount of people that has done huge things is incredible, right?
Yeah, Jason Momoa. You know what I mean?
He's great. Chris Pratt lived over here for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Shout out to Christian Pratt. But honestly, like, and it's funny too. Like, I have the actor's name right, Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Hey.
And it's funny because people
Hannibal.
see my name exactly. They think Hannibal. They think all that kind of stuff. And the craziest thing about it is that I have the same birthday as him too.
Oh God. Oh my.
And so it's a great thing, and it's also a terrible thing. Part of the great thing is the fact if you Google me, it's going to be very hard to find any dirt on top of me because I have the same birthday and as well as I have the same name, right? But the thing that
That's
separates
crazy,
me, the bad part is he got knighted by the queen and I haven't yet. And notice how I said
Not
yet.
Not yet.
Notice
Yet.
how I said it yet. She's getting
God.
old, so I got to get over to
I mean,
England.
good thing your
very
name's
soon.
not John Jones. You know what I mean? Because like
John Bones.
Oh, okay.
people that get
All right.
people that are named John Jones, like, I see comments sometimes like it's not even them. It's maybe like someone that's Caucasian,
Yeah.
and then they go, "Oh, you piece of shit," you know, John.
We hate you.
You know, it's like, wait,
What?
that's not even the real John Jones we're talking about.
I guess, and that's part of the good part is that a lot of people like Anthony Hopkins. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Thor's dad,
Classic.
right? I mean,
Classic,
great Odin,
you know, is it-
Odin, right?
Yeah.
You know, who does it?
Oh, yeah,
Hannibal
I forgot
Lecter.
about that. Yeah, he was Otis.
Yeah,
That's right.
you Zorro. He was the
That's
original
right. Yeah,
Zorro.
he was the original Zorro.
And then he taught
Uh-huh.
Antonio Banderas how to be the younger Zorro.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Shout out
Anthony
to
Hopkins.
Anthony.
Yeah.
if you're watching
Hawk.
this, I will continue your name. I will not destroy your legacy. Don't worry.
You will be knighted. You know what I mean?
Also, yeah, talk to the queen, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
At
on,
Castle
like,
High School,
why
you'd be
not?
knighted right there.
Oh,
Shout out to Castle Knights, HBA Eagles, right?
HBA. Oh, wait.
Right?
Hello, Surf Riders. You know what I mean? Hey, let's go.
Boo! What school did you go to, Stone? It's your boy.
That's right.
You know, with Cam High School. So what's up with
People
that?
hate when people say that.
I always
by
want
the
to
way.
ask.
That's true.
But what about the song contest? Like what's special about it?
Uh-oh. You just opened
I
a
wanna
can of
know
worms.
this because I hear a lot of different opinions about it.
Oh yeah.
But
It's better than graduation.
I want to know your
Gotta
take.
win.
Are you asking me personally what's special about it?
Yeah, I'm asking you personally.
You're about to get
I'm
roasted
about
by
to-
the
I'm
whole
about to upset
community.
everybody.
Good luck, Stone.
We'll cut this
The
out.
whole world is
Shout out
listening.
to Kamehameha.
It's your boy.
No, but I don't know what's special about it.
Yikes!
I don't know.
Vote for him instead of BJ.
I don't know. People
Hey, Stony boy for
know-
governor.
You know what?
people take it so seriously,
Mm.
you know,
But
with that song contest thing.
it should be. It's a competition.
Well, it's a competition.
Well, how serious?
but I
is
mean,
it?
like
It's
how,
like The Voice.
I don't know. I don't know how.
America's
I don't-
Got Talent.
I don't know how you vote on that one. You know,
Mm.
you got what, like 5 judges to what judge
Okay, you
what?
know what happens?
seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen on how they sing.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
The freshmen probably lose the most, though.
I mean,
they
like-
win
like-
their
but, like,
senior year,
young
probably.
boys
you know, the
every
thing
time.
is for me, it's like they all
The
sound
tenors.
beautiful.
Mhm.
You know, we all sounded good.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, like, I don't know.
Did you guys win every year?
Yeah, I had.
You know me? I'm undefeated.
You know,
Myself.
I knew classmates that cried.
Ronald?
They cried
Oh,
over this.
really?
Over winning.
Okay.
No.
Over losing.
Over losing?
They would cry over losing.
Wow. So
And
you're
I was
not
like-
4-0.
Yeah, and you know, like
Well-
I was freaking like asleep, you know, like in the
Oh,
stands,
God.
you know.
Watch back those YouTube
But then
videos.
but then like why would you cry over it? Like this is for me it was like this is such a like minuscule event in my life.
I just want to graduate.
You know, I
Just
have
wanna
other
graduate.
things I know that I want to focus on.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, for this, like to cry over something like this, I'm like, okay, whatever. You
True.
know, like I
No.
see that it's bad for you to ask me that because I don't know like the
Mm.
big significance of it. I know that you know the history of it. Like okay, we, you know, the first song contest class they did it like you know back when Kamehameha Schools was like an all boys school.
That was a thing? I never knew
They
that.
Oh, I didn't
had
know
like
that.
maybe like the first group. I can't remember the history of it. It was maybe like 14 guys. They
Boys to
stood
men.
they stood in front of a car. They turned the lights on, and like that was
kind of
their
car?
challenge.
Wait, is
What
this-
kind of car? I
is this-
don't
is
know what
this-
kind of car.
Okay,
I don't
is this
know.
real?
Avalon.
This is real. That was like the first. That
I
was
didn't
the
know that.
first contest that was held. And
So
you know,
go ahead,
I guess from there it just like kept going. You know, but I don't know.
Well, I think too. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, like singing for the Hawaiian community too. I mean, I think that was like very important, right?
Yeah.
To culture.
I think if you talk about Hawaiian music in general, yes, that was
Yeah.
very important, and I believe that was very important
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
because back then
that was how they kept the Hawaiian
The stories.
language
that's how we told
Traditions.
stories.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
how you told stories.
you know, back then you would get beat. You know, my grandfather was one of 12 siblings that he was the last of them. He was the youngest, so he didn't learn how to speak Hawaiian, but his 11 other siblings knew Hawaiian. So back then,
Wow,
it was,
crazy.
you know, it was frowned upon. You know, you'd get beat for speaking English. I mean, not, you know, you had to learn English. You'd get beat for speaking Hawaiian,
Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's why I don't speak too much Hawaiian.
Mm.
But
And well, also
You
too-
don't want to get beat?
no, but also too, a lot
Exactly.
of people, right? He wasn't the only one. It was during that time. It was
yeah,
everybody, right?
yeah,
And
everybody was
that's
affected.
definitely
Yeah,
hard.
and so the music, you know, we talk about Awana. That was like, you know, you got Kahiko Awana. Awana is the more like, you know, ukulele, you get your
Right.
bass.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, if you look at a lot of the songs in the Hawaiian music industry, like a lot of them are sad
Mm.
because it's like when you hear it, it's just like that's just how they kind of kept the language thriving. You know?
Hey.
So that part is the beautiful part of it.
You know
I
what?
think that was important.
Mm. Mhm.
What's kind of cool about that is, you know, I think that is awesome. I think didn't Brazil do something like that too with capoeira? They were unable to make a martial arts, and so they made it out of
Mm.
dance.
Mhm.
And so
Seriously.
capoeira was dance.
That makes sense because I know that capoeira I learned like that's a dance.
Yeah, it's a
but
dance.
I never
But it's
learned the history. of
actually
it.
it's
with it,
actually
yeah.
a martial arts,
Mhm.
and it's awesome how cultures.
Eddie Gordo, you know.
Culture. Well, also too. I mean, cultures evolve, right? I mean, it's like you tell them not to do something, you cannot kill a culture.
Mm.
There is this thing nowadays though going on with the whole cancel culture thing,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
I think it sucks because now more than ever, we're more connected more than ever to anyone. We can find out what someone's doing in Florida. I can FaceTime my, anybody anywhere in the world
Mhm.
right now, and see them in person on my
Mhm.
phone.
Mhm.
And you remember what, like 10 years ago, I remember there used to be floppy disks.
I
And
remember
then
that
after
one.
the floppy disks, there were CDs,
Yeah.
and then it went to USB drives, and the
Yeah.
USB drives were like $100 for like 27 megabytes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays we have like 832 gigabytes for like $4. You know what I mean? Like the technology has gone so far to the point where we're connected everywhere, and it's hard for someone to find their origin, because it's bringing us back to the origin of the human people. And everyone suffers in their own life one way or another. But what I do love is that from your roots and from, like, literally from your heart, from everything, your soul, everything, everything you were taught, it's hard to cancel that, because you can try to suppress it, but at the end of the day, there will always be the light that shines through, right? You know what I mean? Like, you think about darkness and light. You know, like, if you were to challenge, if darkness was to challenge light, anybody can say, any logical person can say that light is going to win no matter what. Because whenever there's light in darkness, it will always cancel out the darkness no matter what. And same with the fire. You know what I mean? Like, it will just catch a blaze. And what I love about that is the fact that as long as you're trying to be good in your life, you can always shine light onto being you and
There we
being
go.
the best that you can.
Yeah.
You know, going back to like what Stone was saying about, so like for the song competition, I think like for me, my understanding of it is the significance of Hawaiian music, your roots. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, being rooted and stuff like that. I have heard of like people getting like they take it really seriously, like they just
Yeah.
like they cry about it.
So
when
the
they
roots
lose.
part, I understand.
Yeah, the roots
Like,
part I
the
understand.
competition itself, it's like, why are you crying? You know?
Yeah, why you
Like,
crying?
man up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reactionary. Like I was
Right,
saying,
yeah.
reactionary society.
Yeah,
They
like
take it
you,
personally.
Emotional.
like you
emotional.
like we lost, but we sounded beautiful.
Hey, and nothing
Like
wrong.
like what's wrong? Like it doesn't have to be a competition.
No.
Like I never viewed it as a competition, but we won. But I'm just saying.
But the,
Wait a minute.
hey,
You know, I never
Tony Buck
cared
for
about it.
governor.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
won.
saying.
I won the competition.
But,
I'm just
you know,
saying,
at the end
you
of the day,
know,
it didn't mean nothing to me.
you know,
I mean,
you know,
I'm just a winner.
my
at
class is the
heart.
best. But I mean, like
Didn't you
like
lead them to that victory?
yeah. That's what I,
Freedom!
but that's what I'm saying. Like I can't even.
At your 30th reunion, you're gonna go. Hey, remember that time that I helped you guys to victory?
You're welcome. Wow, I'm sitting
That
next
was
to
me.
greatness right now.
Baritone 12th row.
Oh my god!
That was the best row, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna pull out the pictures. Hey, that was me right there. Remember that right there?
He doesn't even have the full picture of everybody.
Oh.
He has a zoomed-in image of himself, and he's sleeping.
Hey, that's why you worked with me, so you can control the projector.
Yes,
So you
yes.
can just angle it right there. Like, hey, that's me right there. Remember that? I won that for you guys. Hey,
You're
shout out.
welcome.
Yeah.
Don't have to thank me, though. I mean, I know I pulled you to that victory.
Wait, when you run for governor, that's probably what
Exactly.
When you run for
you're gonna put that in your
Stone,
speech.
I would vote you more than BJ
I know you
Penn.
would. I wouldn't even vote for me.
Oh, dude, I would vote for you.
Thank you.
Guaranteed. 100%.
Will
Yeah, that's not even a joke.
Will
I
things get
would.
better?
I would.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I-
But like what you said, like Hawaiian culture, like that. Yeah. I'll stand behind that. Like with the whole song contest thing, like that.
Yeah, I don't know why it has to be a contest though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the
That-
thing that puzzles me.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't have to be a competition,
I
right?
hear
I
you.
feel like that's
It's broadcasted. It's
yeah. I don't
you
I
know,
don't know
like,
why it has to be.
you know,
like that.
people from all around, Japan, they listen to it. They don't even know what we're saying, but like they love it.
This is what I
It's
will say
beautiful.
about having a contest, though. And I'm not trying to play any side, but when you do have it a contest, you make it real for people to try.
Yeah.
Because if it's not a contest, then they won't
That's
try.
true.
That's true.
And they'll just sleep,
That's
like how
true.
Stone did, leading you guys to victory. No, but honestly, like when you make it a contest, it makes people want to try hard.
That's true.
And I think that's what they want. And maybe, like how you said, it got in too far. You need to tone it back a little bit.
yeah.
It
But
could
like
be.
how
It could be because I'm just not competitive. but we won.
This guy's not competitive. Tell him about darts.
So
But we won.
So Stone, when he becomes governor, he's gonna go. Hey, I'm not
Let's
very
rewind.
competitive, but yeah, thank you for allowing me to be the governor.
I would probably beat a BJ fan. You know, like I mean, I'd probably win.
No,
He
I
probably
didn't
looked
say
at-
that. We're
He
not
licked his
saying
gloves
that.
after. He's like, "Hey, I won this for you guys." You know,
You're welcome, everybody. It's your boy.
I
It's gonna be a slogan. You know,
You're so dumb.
make it's your boy. Stone.
that's gonna be your slogan.
All you gotta do is
You know?
legalize weed.
It's your
and you'll
boy.
probably have most of the people. I promise.
Yeah, probably.
Anybody that's running, try to do that. I guarantee you guys are good. Honestly.
But so I want to talk about Hawaiian music because, like, you know, there's Hawaiian contemporary music. The birthday bash was a big part of me growing up. Like, I would go with my parents to go every year, but I feel like a lot of it's been kind of diluted a little, you know, recently, just because kind of all sounds the same. I don't know, just to be honest.
No, yeah.
No,
You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
And I don't know why that it's been like that. And that kind of goes with like rap music or even like
That's
you guys
just
are
genres in general.
you guys
There's
are-
structures.
you guys are musicians in general. So you see like we still kind of veer towards the classics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just listening to Lionel Richie the other day. You know what I mean? And
I
I'm like,
love Lionel Richie.
his stuff is way better than the shit we're listening to today. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Like, what are we going backwards? What do you guys think?
I think I'll let Stone answer this.
Oh, it's-
I'll let Stone answer this. And I'll do the. No,
For what? You want to talk about Hawaiian music or just like how everything
genres
Music
in
in general.
general.
You can talk about Hawaiian music because like even
he's just saying that it sounds like they say like reggae music in general, right?
You're playing into like musical theory and like how
Uh-oh.
things like shaped in
right.
you know how Hawaiian music has shaped that because Hawaiian music takes after like jazz and blues.
Yeah.
You know, the chord progression and whatnot.
Mhm.
But I get what you're saying. Like you know, every Hawaiian song always ends with haina, haina yamai kapuana, whatever.
Well, I'm talking about like the
He's talking about
modern
reggae.
stuff.
He's
The
talking
modern
about
Is that-
stuff.
oh, okay, yeah.
Like the classics, yeah. I mean, yeah, they the chord progression was
And
the
a lot
same.
of what they're saying too is kind of like, yeah, I mean, they're
I
saying
mean,
good stuff.
Yeah, they're saying good stuff, but then like we talk about
Nowadays
like people
reggae music,
bringing
repetitiveness.
bringing new stuff. Yeah, it's becoming repetitive. It's becoming
Mhm.
That's every music though.
stale.
That's every music.
That's every music.
Like literally,
Exactly.
it's all about loops. How can I loop this to
Right.
loop that and then loop this? You know what I mean? It's like
Exactly.
how can I do
It's
the
hard to make something different though.
Mm.
You know, there's so much music out there
Mhm.
That's true.
that's already been done,
Mm.
that's gold.
and it's hard to make something new.
That's true.
That's something I've noticed too.
That is true. That's definitely true. Because then you start playing something, and then you're like, where did I get this from? And then you hear a song, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, frick,
And
I was
it-
basically
yeah,
the
and
same
it-
song.
It's
Taking
hard.
inspiration
Yeah,
from something.
you know,
that
like
was a
that
classic.
song by what's his name? That it was like a Marvin Gaye song, and
How much did you drink? I'm just joking.
not enough. Bro.
Oh
saying, bro.
god.
No, but it was a
Oh,
Marvin.
God.
It was a
Almost
Marvin
fell in
Gaye
water.
song. Yeah, and
Something about,
like the family of Marvin Gaye sued this artist for taking that beat.
Sexual seduction.
Like,
Really?
it was with Pharrell
Jeez.
Williams
Oh,
and somebody
oh,
else.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, I
It's
do.
that song. It's like real upbeat.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, but they sued Pharrell Williams and that other guy. They made like a song together, and they sued them because they had the same beat as Marvin Gaye's song.
I know
God, I
what you're
can't
talking
think of
about.
it.
I know what you're talking about. But then you hear back Marvin Gaye's song. Honestly, I don't want anybody to copyright and steal anything from anybody, period. But you listen back to the
Right.
two songs, it is very similar. It is.
It is.
But I also think that part of the culture of music is taking older music and things that people have done
Right.
and building on top
and
of
it's like,
it.
look at the positives of that.
Exactly.
You're, you know, the family should look at it as if, oh, he's
Bringing it
bringing
forward.
Marvin Gaye's music back. But they decided not to go with that. They decided, I'm gonna sue these two guys. But it's like, but that it makes it.
Emotional.
It's
Robin
hard.
Thicke.
It's yeah,
Robin
Robin
Thicke.
Thicke and Pharrell
And
Williams,
Pharrell.
and it was. It's hard to make something new. How do you make something new? with music, you know, there's so much out there, you know. It's tough. The things you can change are the lyrics, but as far as beats goes and chord progressions, it's all the same.
That makes sense because like even bands back then, like the Temptations or even Michael Jackson, they took inspiration from other genres of
Blurred
music.
Lines.
Yeah, Blurred Lines.
Blurred Lines.
And a Marvin Gaye song that I can't remember.
Yeah,
But like
it
they took inspiration from even in the
Yeah.
past.
Exactly.
And that's how it should be. Because, I mean, like, there's only what? So many freaking notes you can use, right? And there's so many ways you can use it.
I mean, you hear Bruno Mars today. It's like, okay, I could hear James Brown in him. I can hear James Brown. I can hear Michael Jackson in him.
True.
You know?
And
That's
it's
a good point.
Michael Jackson with
That's a good
Bruno
point.
Mars.
Yeah, exactly. And people are saying like, oh, Bruno Mars is the new Michael Jackson.
Or,
And,
yeah.
you know, but it's like, you know, Bruno Mars is Bruno Mars. He's not going to be
his own person.
Yeah, his own
Yeah.
person.
They
But
take
they take inspiration
and they put a spin.
Yeah.
And that's how it, because we grow up from it and we have this tune stuck in our head. Why is
Right.
it stuck in our head, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we've heard it before, and it comes back from generations and generations, and it's all comes from it's like just regular, just like a couple like notes, and it makes everything. However combination you make it, but
Yep.
but the thing about the combinations is there's only certain combinations that sound good,
Yeah.
and,
And
so
there's
it's
only
even
so
less.
much patterns
That's
that you can
true.
go
There's
with.
even less because you could make something
Speaking of
crazy
theory.
that's like just
Yeah,
math
theory
or
right
whatever.
there.
Yeah,
But I mean, at the end of the
exactly.
day, you're never gonna create something that sounds good by just
Yeah.
Throwing a bunch of shit together.
Yeah.
you look at the canon, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's like the canon is a well-known like type of like song that's been everywhere. And then you look at Memories from like Maroon 5.
Yeah.
It's basically using the canon in their song, but they're using a different time structure, like a different like notes and everything, and the different change of the note, but it's basically the same thing in a different key or whatever, right? And that's what it will always be. And even if you have those notes, right, and it's in that key, it's the same when you just move up one key. And you move up another key, those are all the same notes, just an octave up.
Mm-hmm.
Before we end off, you guys have any lasting remarks? We'll go one each of you guys. So Stone, you can go first.
Last remarks.
Yeah, last remarks.
You know, just, you know, for anyone watching this, do not drink and drive. That's the last thing you guys want to do, okay? I do not promote drunk driving at all.
Just don't do it.
But sometimes you have no choice.
You have no choice.
I've done it a few times. But you shouldn't do it.
We do not condone drunk driving under any circumstances. Please be responsible and call a taxi or Uber if your designated driver starts drinking.
But if you have to,
But if you have to
do some push-ups.
This guy's making a competition out of it.
find the dirtiest bathroom, lick your hands.
Hey, go do some push-ups and leaky driving.
After some absinthe or what was it?
Oh,
Everclear.
Everclear, bro. No.
Well, no, we'll save that story for another day.
I would say from this podcast, you know, don't focus too much on the outside. Look at what you've accomplished. Know that you're doing good,
Yeah.
and you move on from there. Always keep going up to what you can handle, and
Yep.
you know the sky's the limit for anyone.
That's true.
Keep doing you. Move on. Doesn't matter about anybody's success. Focus on you.
Yeah.
And anybody in a relationship,
I like that.
you know, learn about your partner, you know, love each other, and you will know if he or she is the one. And that's all I have to
And
say.
make sure
for
you
mine.
talk.
And make sure you talk on your engagement.
Yeah. Make sure you have conversations.
Learn from these guys' mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make sure you wear your suit underneath your jeans
Yep.
and your coat. Put cameras in the bushes.
People
at
with
sandbags.
Sandbags.
And make sure she doesn't turn around. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure that Make sure she stays there.
make sure she doesn't say no. At least, you know what I mean? But yeah, make sure she stays there.
Make sure she stays there and she doesn't run away.
Yes, that would help.
Yeah. Anybody going through a hard time, it'll only get better. But you gotta
true.
work for it.
That's true. That's true. Honestly, building off of what Stone says, I totally agree with all of that. Honestly, like how I said earlier, just try to wake up every day and try to do the best that you can be. You know what I mean? Like, just try your best. Because as long as you know, hey, man, like, literally this life is crazy, everything. At the end of the day, I'm literally doing everything that I can do to do what I can to be the best that I can be. And I feel like as long as we keep on doing that, as long as we try to do that, and some days you'll slip up, and sometimes you'll feel like I'm not there, but one day you will be there, I think. You know, and I think we all will get there. And I just hope that, honestly, as much as we joke around, and as much as, you know, hard life is, I think that at the end of the day, what I appreciate out of you guys is that you guys try to make an impact in people's lives, and you guys try to be the best version of you that you can be. And I appreciate that, and I respect that, and it only makes me want to do that more too. And I hope that this inspires other people to do the same thing. Definitely.
Yep.
Period. And I'm just so thankful to even be a part of this, and to even just, you know, like, because I mean, like, who am I? Who is you? Who is anybody, right? At the end of the day, we're just people, and we're trying to do the same thing that everybody else is doing.
Just moving on.
But also, too, we're trying to do our best. And if everybody just continues to do the same thing that we try to do, the world would be such a greater place. You know, it's that easy, and it's not as hard as people think to impact the world. You know, the butterfly effect, small things change a lot of things in the future. And we just got to continue that.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for pouring for us, though.
Oh, I got you.
You gave
Tony
the biggest.
Do you think this is us? Like, that's it? What is that? What is this, a half shot? Okay. I need 7 more.
This guy got to drive to Pro City, man.
I'm going to do some push-ups in the back.
But where do you have to drive for work, though?
Oh, me? No, I'm working here tonight. My favorite scene from your guys' last clip together, and I told Stone this, was the time where Stone's like, all right, come on, let's just, like, finish this bottle, like, whatever. And then you're like, no, I got work tomorrow. Yeah, like, okay, he has work tomorrow. Come on, Stone, don't push him. And then he's like, okay, well, how far do you work or whatever? Like, you probably got to drive far. Like, I don't want to make you do that in the morning. It's going to be and then you're just like, oh, no, I work from home. And I'm like, oh, bro, you shouldn't have said that, because now you're done.
Yeah, no.
And then as soon as you said that, I knew Stone was going to be like, bro, you can wake up at whatever time. You're not going to be late to work. You're already here. OnlyFans.
Here we go. Okay. I see. That's how it is. All right. Yeah, I agree with both you guys. On serious note, I agree with both you guys. I think that for like my remarks, I think if people start remembering where they came from, how they grew up, even if they grew up in a shitty environment, you know, just being able to remember where they grew up and always strive to get better. Even if they grew up shitty or they grew up very wealthy, always try to improve, always try to be better. And how do you do that? Well, you do things that better yourself. Self-help. There's all kinds of shit out there. There's
you
listen to
you
people.
Make your own future.
Yeah, make your own future. I think listening is one of the key things. Listening to others.
That's hard.
And you know, there's a difference with hearing and listening, because people can hear, but it might not actually hit them. They might actually retain it. But when they listen, it's something that it hits them. They learn from it. They don't take L's. They just learn from it. They keep going forward. You know, and I think that's a powerful thing. So,
amen.
Before we Kampai, where can people find you? I feel like I always forget that actually these days.
You can find me in the streets of Pearl City. Next to the dumpster.
You'll find me at 44 Bar.
I'll be at Ice Palace shredding it up. This guy is not. He really will be at 44 Bar. I don't know about.
Find me on
there's
Manifest. You know?
There's a round 2 to this.
But should I be there? No, I probably shouldn't.
Find me at Kampai School, you know what I mean?
Song contest 2023. Let me know. I'm an alumni. Still gonna win this stuff, right?
So
This guy's just gonna jump in and he's gonna sing right
Let
there.
me show you guys how it's done. All right. Now, honestly, what do you mean? Find us where?
Social media, whatever. If you guys want, if people want to get in contact, you know.
911.
Stupid, bro.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah,
But
you're good.
honestly, I'm at
look what
what
you did.
Anthony freaking Hopkins. Anthony freaking Hopkins.
Okay.
At Anthony freaking
I'm gonna put it in
Hopkins.
the captions too. So
Yeah.
they'll see it.
You'll find me on Stony Boy.
At the
Tumblr.com.
That's SHTONEYBOI. You know, it's nothing much.
It's your boy.
That'd be funny if you spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
I really don't even know how I spell mine. I don't know if it's
Yeah, I kinda
freaking or
forget.
freaking.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you find me, you deserve it. And if not, you deserve that too. Because
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You don't
Hey,
want to follow.
Give these guys a follow, all right? Instagram, whatever. Do you have a YouTube channel? I know he has, but he
don't.
doesn't go on it. He doesn't upload
Yeah.
anything.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
It's been a
need.
while.
I want to make one. I want
Hey,
to
we're
make
gonna
one.
record something though.
Yeah, we gotta do covers, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll do that PYT like we.
Exactly.
Check us on the radio in a year,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Running for governor,
but
you
just
know?
stone. BJ Penn's gonna smash
Lieutenant
you.
Governor right there.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Governor Hopkins over here.
Kirk Caldwell.
It'll be a trash
Hey
election.
Keith, he's coming for you. Tony Hobbs is coming for you.
Honestly though, BJPenn.com.
BJ
No, literally after every UFC fight, the guy came out, and that's marketing. He didn't say anything afterwards. They're like, "All right, BJ, tell us about the fight." He said, "If you want to hear anything, go to BJPenn.com." Walked away. That's it. Period. People went to BJPenn.com, and you know
and
what's
then he
one of the
looked
biggest
his
UFC websites is BJPenn.com.
Yeah.
They find a lot of media.
Wow,
for that,
didn't
so.
know that.
So AnthonyHopkins.com without the sir.
God.
Lieutenant Governor Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Kampai.
So yeah, at the end we do a kampai. So
Let's do it.
you know, that's okay. We're drinking some Suntory whiskey.
We're gonna say it anyway.
Yeah. Hey, this is to you. This is to your future, because you guys are in relationships.
Your future.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
My future as well.
Your future
I mean,
too. Yeah.
there's a lot of big things that are in store for us. I always believe that.
Oh yeah.
100% of the time. There's always
More to
something
come.
greater that's
Yeah.
in store. It's right around the corner, and you know we just have to keep moving. Just have to keep rooted, like we were talking about.
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
rooted,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and keep getting better.
Yeah.
So
Push
thank
the
you guys for
envelope.
coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having us, man.
Appreciate it,
Bye-bye.
Gavin. Thank you for letting me come back. Third time.
This is also the biggest shot that I've ever